So hi folks, and welcome to classicaljazzpiano.com, the place to help you transition from classical piano to blues and jazz piano. Today's lesson is free lesson number 14, Killer Chords from Killer Joe in all 12 keys. Okay, so this is a chord that I've loved for years, the dominant 7 chord with a 9 and a 13. Now, if you don't understand anything I've just mentioned there, head back to all the previous lessons on classicaljazzpiano.com. There's lessons there from 1 to 13, obviously, and they'll help explain to you what triads are, what 4-note chords are, what extensions are, a few nice chord voicings, things to really help you understand what's going to happen in this video. So I really do recommend that you head back there and have a look. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and have a really good look around before you continue on with this lesson. So like I mentioned earlier, this lesson is going to be on the dominant 7 chord with a 9 and a 13. And I'm still using it today a lot. So that's why I thought I would put it in this lesson, because it's a wonderful chord voicing, and I think that all jazz pianists really need to understand this chord voicing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the chord voicing with the 3rd and the flat 7th in the left hand, and the 9 and the 13 in the right hand, and we're going to move it up chromatically throughout the 12 keys. I've written out all of these chord voicings for you on the PDF, so download that PDF and put it on the piano, and then you're ready to go. If you're not already subscribed to Classical to Jazz Piano, please do come over and subscribe. If you are subscribed, thank you very much for being involved in the Classical to Jazz Piano community. You guys are feeding me a lot of emails, which is awesome, so keep them coming. It's so fantastic to hear from you all out there, and I'm really happy that these lessons are helping you all. So please keep the emails coming along, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. If you do have any questions, please do contact me at greg@classicaljazzpiano.com. Okay, here are the killer chords from Killer Joe. What I'm going to play is the dominant 7 with a 9 and a 13. So make sure that you've downloaded that PDF and that you have it up on your piano, ready to go. What I'm about to play right now is the first one on the PDF, on the top of the page. So here's the original. Have a listen to this. Cool. So what it is, the left hand, I'm going to be playing the flattened 7th from C7. So I'm going to play the flattened 7, which is the B flat. I'm going to play a 9, which is a D, and then an E, and I'm going to play 13 on top. All right, and then I'm going to move down to B flat 7 with exactly that voicing in, but now it's moved to the key of B flat. So you've got your B flat dominant 7, and your flattened 7th on the bottom. You've got your 9 in the middle, and then you've got this. Okay, so that's already a pretty hip chord voicing in my ears. So you got that. All right, and you got, all right, which is pretty cool. Now with the right hand, it's just really the C major arpeggio. All right, see that there, and you really play that for the 2 chords, which is pretty cool. So you're just doing this, and then you're doing this. All right, so the left hand effectively the only thing moving. All right, so there it is there. So lovely chord voicing. Okay, so let's have a listen. I'm going to play it in time now. Okay. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so that's a pretty hip chord voicing. So I haven't met a piano player yet that can do this and then also do the at the same time. Unless you're an organ player, of course, when you can do it on the walking keys on your feet. But if you're not an organ player, then it's physically impossible unless you have another arm. Or please, if someone out there that can, I'll be well impressed. So please do fire me an email and or a video, and I'll be well impressed with that. But so what we need to do is we need to simplify that right hand chord voicing a little bit. So we're going to move away from that octave on top, and I'm going to play in the right hand what I played in the left hand. So I'm just going to swap it over. And this is written on the PDF there. It's the second example on the PDF. All right, here's a left hand groove. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do this now. Okay, there's the chord voicing. Okay, so we're going to add in the left hand now. So here we go. All right, so let's have a listen. Okay, so there's our groove. All right, so I can do one more time. So now that we have the killer chords, now we're going to break them up in a different way, because I think this is a fantastic chord voicing which can be used on any dominant 7 chord. Okay, so we've got the dominant 7 chord here, all right, which is awesome, but we're going to put the 3rd and the 7th in the left hand, like that, okay, and then we're going to put the 9 here, okay, and then the 13 up here, all right, so we're going to play that there, and I think that's a cool voicing which can be used on any dominant 7 chord to make it sound pretty awesome. Hear it there. So I'm going to put the root note in just so you can hear it. And see, there it is there, lovely, okay? So what I do with my students is I get them to learn this chord voicing in every key. And that's what the rest of this PDF is about, is I'm going to put that chord voicing through the 12 keys, okay? So here we go, so let's have a look. So here's the first one, so C7 with the 9 and 13, like I mentioned before. Then we're going to move that up a half step, okay? And there's our D flat 7, 9, 13. Alright, if we move it up a half step again, then we get our D7, 9, 13. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Moved up a half step again, we get our E flat 7, 9, 13. And then we moved up a half step again, okay, and then we E7, 9, 13. As you can see, and then up to an F7, 9, 13. And then we get our G flat 7, 9, 13. As you can see, and then a G7, 9, 13. And then up a half step again, we get A flat 7, 9, 13. Half step again, we get A7, 9, 13. Half step again, we get B flat 7, 9, 13. And then the last one is B7, 9, 13. So starting from C7, we get this movement going on, moving up the piano, as you can see, yeah? It's kind of cool, you know? G7, then an A flat, and the last one. Now, it takes a while to get that under your fingers. I mean, it looks, you know, it doesn't look, I mean, it really just becomes a pattern when you do it enough. So the next part of the PDF is what I like to do. After my students have that in their head a little bit, I like to put the root note and put the pedal on. Okay, got this kind of little ring out there. That's a C I'm playing there down low. And I got this kind of thing because it kind of makes you visualize the chord voicing individually a little bit more, because eventually you want to be able to pull off like an E flat one there, or you know, or G7, 9, 13. You know, be able to pull them out, you know, when you need them, when you're in real time with a jazz band, or you're in playing a bit of, you know, when you need a cool chord voicing on a dominant 7, there it is, you know, whack, you know, that kind of thing. So I like to do, the next step is on the PDF is playing the root note and then hitting the, doing it like that. Okay, so I'm going to play D flat root note, playing the D flat 7, 9, 13. Okay, and then I'm going to play D down the bottom, D7, 9, 13. You can see it's working pretty well. E flat 7, 9, 13, up to the E. It's moving up a half step, so here it is there. And you can see I'm thinking about the chord voicing as I'm moving up. Which one am I playing? It's G flat 7, 9, 13. 7, 9, 13 kind of thing. See, I'm still doing the half step movement, but just a slightly different way. And then an A, 7, 9, 13. And then a B flat, 7, 9, 13. And then a B. Okay, so effectively we have 12 cool chord voicings that you can use that you can use at your pleasure when you need a killer dominant 7 chord voicing. Alright, so yeah, so I hope it helps. And, so that's it for this video. If you're having any problems downloading any of the PDFs in the past lessons, or any questions that you want to ask me about this lesson, contact me at greg@classicaljazzpiano.com, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. It's always fantastic to hear from you, and I love reading all your comments. Please pass this lesson and the whole website on to anyone that you might think that might like this information. Have a look at the membership area part of the website, which is the Jazz Piano Blueprint, which is where I get a bit more in depth about all of this information. See you next time, and take it easy.